Welcome back to yet another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius War of the Visions video, and today we get to talk about some huge in-game changes coming sometime in the future, and I have been hoping and praying that they would put these out ahead of time, and they are. They are putting out pretty much everything that I wanted to see quality of life wise and gameplay wise ahead of time into the GL version. Now we're going to go in here in the notices tab and check that stuff out for you. And as you do that, thank you guys for the support once again, especially those of you who are supporting via Patreon or by becoming YouTube channel members. You guys are becoming the backbone of the channel and help me bring this content for multiple games on this channel at the same time, and you guys deserve it, all of you guys out there, especially those of you who leak those likes and those comments as well. So here's the thing, Frontline War of the Visions FFE2. This came out actually yesterday. This kind of snuck behind me a little bit. They make it a little bit hard to notice some notifications sometimes, but let's get right into it for you guys here. So Frontline War of the Visions FFE number 2. Greetings, players. We hope you've been enjoying War of the Visions, and they're basically just talking about how they are going to be talking about some of the upcoming content for us here. So features to be available in the next update: auto quest repeat. So this is going to be huge. Now there's already an auto feature in the game. This is going to be an auto repeat function. So if you want to go ahead and have your characters do one particular stage because you're farming for those materials multiple times, you're going to be able to set this function on, and the game's not going to ask you if you want to repeat the stage every time it clears it. It's just going to repeat the stage for you. So this is going to be insanely huge quality of life update for you guys out there who are farming. You can also combine this with the fact that you can use energy potions to go over the energy cap, right? You can take yourself up to, I do believe it's 1,000 energy. So if there's something you're really looking to farm, you're going to be away from the game for a while, whether you have your phone plugged in or use an emulator or whatever it is, and you can just kind of like AFK and let the game farm itself out for job points, as well as bravery, faith, all this other stuff, depending on how you have your game set up. I put a video out on how to automatically increase your faith gains, and there's going to be another way to do that in FFBE War of the Visions too. So this is going to be a huge thing. Auto quest repeat is going to be a big thing. If you do happen to fail a quest somehow, auto repeat will be turned off. So if you're trying to do something that's kind of hard, very small circumstance that this will come into play, but if you try to do something that's hard and you're getting wiped out, the game won't keep wasting your energy going in there and having all your characters die for you. So that is a thing. And then they also said we also received a fair amount of feedback concerning the lack of readily attainable training materials. As such, we're setting up some new methods to make unit training material acquisition easier for everybody. So that's going to be a thing as well. And they said that they're, in addition to the regular hosting our JP and item drop double up campaign, we'll also boost in-shop availability of easily depleted materials and incorporate other methods to make sure more players have an easier time acquiring them. With the soon-to-be added auto-repeat function, we're sure that collecting adequate training materials will be easier than ever before. So I was looking forward to seeing this get implemented ASAP, and it is coming. The next update, this is coming. I cannot wait for this, and it's going to be a big factor in our ability to, kind of just let the game farm up certain things that you need for your characters there. Number 2 here is going to be features to be added and improved upon in coming updates. So there's a short list of new and improved features that they're considering for future updates down the road. They're not quite sure at what point we can provide specific release dates yet, but our development team is hard at work to ensure that we can bring these new features to you as soon as possible. So we have new kinds of quests here. We have the raid events, which we've talked about. Raid events being a thing before. They are working on bringing those over as soon as possible. These are in development and are bringing them on over to the GL version. Dungeon style event quests, so players will have to strategize their way through multiple stages in a quick succession. This might be the tower event that the JP players may know of as the tower event there. They have the new vibrate function, so your device will vibrate to notify you if you've cleared a quest. So I know some people out there, and I've seen some crazy Reddit posts of people on lawnmowers playing the game, grinding the dungeon, listening for that key. This would be one other way that you can get notified. Maybe if you're out, for a walk or whatever, on a particularly long stage, it takes you a couple minutes to do, and you can get that little buzz to let you know that you're done. If that is a feature that you've been looking forward to wanting, it's going to be added there. Bravery reset: units with a minimum bravery is going to be reset to 10 upon clearing a quest. This is not going to take your bravery to 10. This is for people who are falling below 10 bravery and you're permanently a chicken every time you take that character to a quest with you. That's going to get resolved, and this is not going to be a thing they have to worry about anymore. You should still be raising your bravery, guys, All right, but you're not going to be punished as hard. You're not going to have a unit pretty much a permanent chicken every time you go into a quest. So keep that in mind there. So that's going to be a thing for you to do. Do look into raising your bravery, though. The easiest way is just throw a character in the barracks. There's also going to be a hard quest list as well. As for the quest updates, now there's going to be some battle updates as well. Camera tracking improvements. Camera tracking for KO'd units will be made smoother. This is probably, you know, when a character's dead on the ground, whether it's your own or an enemy, and if their turn pops up, the camera just kind of like swings over, looks at it real quick, and then swings away. This is probably going to make it a little bit less swingy, right? This kind of snaps around, right? Snap, 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 especially if there's multiple dead enemies. Snap, snap, snap. So we'll see if we'll have to see what this is, but you know, a little quality of life in there. AI performance updates. Computer units will less likely perform abilities or magic with casting times on an enemy that's already down. So I've seen a lot of people, right? We have someone like Medina plus Y'shtola in the same party, and they both are like, I'm going to cast Blizzard, and then Y'shtola's like, I'm going to cast Flare, or whatever, and Medina throws off the Blizzard, kills the enemy, and then Y'shtola's like, fire! And the enemy's already dead and just like fires a corpse. So, you know, something happens like this in multiplayer all the time. They're looking into changing the AI for that. So that's a pretty cool quality of life update there. And then here's a huge one. Equipment crafting type selection. So when crafting plus equipment, this is +1, +2, +3, +4, +5. A chart will display showing the types, assault, magic, etc. of the items used as materials, and players will be able to select which type they want the equipment item to inherit. So if anyone asks me, right, either DMs, in comment section, on Twitch, wherever it is, you know, what should we do about crafting? My answer was always just don't bother with it right now. It's not even worth talking about, so I didn't make a video on what items to craft or a crafting video periods, because you literally didn't. You just want to avoid it right now until this update comes out. So I'm going to briefly explain it here for you guys. Real quick. So when you craft an item in the crafting system, you get a random affix or a trait on it as you craft it. Like I made a katana here for you. So as you can see up here, it says type vital right here. Now when you craft an item, it comes up with one of these types randomly, and this is going to give you bonus stats for a particular stat on the weapon. Like vital gives more HP. There's one for accuracy, sometimes a crit, attack, etc. And which is pretty cool. So you need to craft multiple items until you get the one that you want to enhance all the way up. Now the problem with enhancing and crafting other items right now is that when you go to craft a +1, a +2, a +3, a +4, a +5, that does not carry over. Every time you go to make a better version of an item, whether it be a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or 4 or a 5, right? Like this Mithril Saber +5, whenever you make a new tier, which takes a bunch of old materials, and it takes, as you can see, a +5 takes 2 +4s. It doesn't care what was on these. It doesn't care what was on the previous version. It re-rolls that trait brand new, which means all of that grinding, all of that hard work to make that +5 weapon, whatever trait you get at the end is entirely random. This new thing will allow you to make a base version, right? Like a Mithril Saber 0, like just whatever it is, until, say you want an attack one. So you craft like a Mithril Saber attack, and then as you're crafting it up, +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, you are guaranteed, because you made an attack Mithril Saber, that when you're using that as a material to make the +1, you can carry that attack over, and then you can make the +1 attack carry to +2, +3, +4, and +5. So instead of it being entirely random, which is a big deal because +4 and +5 in a weapon is a huge task. It's quite a bit of a grind. And to do it right now before this change comes into effect is a huge risk in randomness. You don't want to be doing that right now. You just don't want to be doing that. If you are, you can go up to like +4. I know a lot of people, you can go up to +4 right now because you need a second +4 when this change comes out. If you've already +4 to weapon, don't worry. You're gonna have to make a second +4. Make the new second +4 after this change comes out for whatever type you want, and then make that your final type when you go to +5 a weapon there. So this is going to be a huge thing for the crafting industry, as you want to call it here. So there's going to be some UI updates for the crafting system as well. That is a little messy, so we'll have an update for that as top of that. Improved barracks functionality. When assigning a unit to the barracks, players will be able to select whether that unit's faith stat increases or decreases. All right, so you'll be able to make it so your faith goes up or down. All right, the JP and bravery boosting qualities of the Barracks will remain unchanged. So this is going to be a huge one because right now the only way, period, to make your faith go up permanently is with Fina. We all just got a Fina, so that's not that big of a deal. You can have friend units Finas. I've released several multitudes of videos on how to increase your faith in the game. But this is going to be able to increase not only your faith or your bravery, but both at the same time. So you'll be able to have a bravery up plus faith up, or bravery up plus faith down while in the Barracks. So if you want to have a high bravery and a high faith character, you're good to go there. You're not going to have to pick between bravery or faith. I think this is even better than what the JP version had, because the JP version was always +1 of the two and -1 of the other one. So it was either +1 bravery, -1 faith, or +1 faith, -1 bravery. The way that this is here worded, bravery boosting qualities of the Barracks remain unchanged. It's going to be able to be plus bravery minus faith, or plus bravery plus faith, which is huge there. Shops, interactive improvements here. When players move the slide bar, I almost said sidebar, slide bar to purchase multiple of the same item, the slide bar will stop at the max amount purchasable. This makes sense because it'll let you go up to like 1 million of an item, even though you don't have nearly enough to buy that stuff. Ability board will be improved for the ability board on the main command, sub-commands for your character's jobs there. Multi-quest, you can now kick somebody if that player is unresponsive during the preparations phase. So it's if like someone goes AFK after you guys beat the fight, you don't have to sit there or remake the room or whatever. You could just kind of get that guy out of there because, you know, maybe he went AFK. You guys are in the multiplayer farming auto or whatever. He didn't realize that the fight ended. And as another side effect there, or another alternative to just kicking that person because he didn't realize that the multiplayer fight had ended, you'll now be able to turn on the vibration function if you're mowing your lawn and playing War of the Visions at the same time. So good for you guys there as well. On battle, hate stat variability. Currently equipping Vow of Love, vision card using the hide ability and other such actions change the degree to which enemy units target certain allied units. However, more action will be updated so they can affect the unit's hate stat. So this is going to be something as well. I do have a video out. I think it's available to certain people right now that can see it, but this will be a video coming out explaining exactly how you get to use a tank, exactly how to abuse hate, threat, whatever it is in War of the Visions, and how to actually make somebody tank with this stat, because you can actually have the bosses or the enemies target a certain character. It's not always just 100% randomness in the game. You can actually use a tank to tank. They're not just like a beefy DPS. Selection in auto mode. Players will be able to set which abilities the AI can use for each unit when playing with auto function enabled. And then battle pacing, we're investigating ways to reduce the time needed to complete a battle. So faster completion time for battles there. And then the whole auto ability thing, this is going to fix a lot of things out there for, you know, people's support spamming protect and show 100% of the time, or not healing or whatever it is. You're gonna be able to stone throw on mine is gone. You know, this is a huge one as well. So massive quality of life increase there. Increased options for equipped items. Players will be able to sell, craft, and dismantle equipment items even if they are equipped to a unit. So this is something that a lot of people ran into when they started crafting for the first time, right? If you have 2 weapons, but one of them's equipped, the game told you didn't actually have 2 weapons. It's because you had one of them equipped to somebody. After this change, you'll be able to use that equipped weapon as a crafting material there. So nice quality of life update there. Match battles, class match function. Considering the additions of a function in which match battle victories and losses net players points to determine their ranking for subsequent match battles, which might be a thing. There's a little bit of MMR. Spectator feature. All right, players will be able to spectate match battles carried out by their friends and other players. So you can be able to go in there and spectate, and then you can also auto inside of a match battle on top of that. Some notifications for the guild stuff, as well as Chocobo Expedition notifications and improvements for the rare item acquisitions. Other features, additional exchange shops. So more exchange shops for Vision Spheres, Awakening Souls, and other items. For example, trading Azure Vision Spheres for Rainbow Vision Spheres, so you can upgrade your spheres to whatever type you want, or converting Fire Awakening Souls to Water Awakening Souls. You can change your elements, so you can kind of work better on your characters. So these are all huge updates, huge things, right? If you're not working on any water characters, you don't need any of these Water Awakening materials, so you can change them to whatever one you're working on. This can help you, you know, work on whatever specific character or team you're working on. You're gonna be able to do it better, quicker, stronger, faster, okay? Additional voiceovers, scroll memory pages, new tutorial battle skip function, UI improvements. So this is huge. Was a great War of the Visions FFB frontline update here. This is pretty much literally every major thing that I was looking forward to seeing, hearing, talking about for War of the Visions, all wrapped up into one nice little package. And they didn't give a timeline designation for when this was coming out, but it is super awesome to know that they are working on it. And this is going to be our first time seeing, you know, how long this is going to be until they put it into the game. They did say some of these things for the next update, but they didn't say all of these things will be in the next update. So keep that in mind there. Right, they said features to be available in the next update is number 1 point here, which is the quest auto battle. That is coming for sure. And then they said features to be added and improved upon in coming updates, which was basically everything else. So this everything else stuff has some insane stuff in it, and the auto quest repeat function is also amazing. So there's a lot of cool stuff to be working on. It's going to be, you know, ease of use, ease of access, quality of life, actually making the game better in a lot of different ways via crafting or PvP or the guild system, new types of content. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I really liked what I saw here in the Frontline War of the Visions FFB number 2. If you want to see more stuff on War of the Visions, Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius, and other Final Fantasy games, go ahead, hit that subscription button to the channel, turn the notification bell on, because even if you are subscribed, it doesn't mean anything unless you have the bell clicked. Otherwise, this channel doesn't exist to YouTube for you, apparently. And then let me know what you want to see the most out of this stuff in a comment down below. Thank you guys for those likes. They help a ton. And until then, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you for those people on Patreon as well as YouTube channel members. And until then, guys, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.